did my project on Black Hills State University athletics. Black Hills State University is an NCAA Division II collegiate as part of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. In 2010 is when the full university transferred from an NCAA school an NAIA school to an NCAA. With the transfer from NAIA to NCAA, they also switched from a purple and gold team color to a green and gold. Also, what changed was the Yellow Jacket mascot had made more appearances, which is now known as Sting. Black Hills football also holds the largest and the longest college football rival against South Dakota Mines in technology. What makes the rivalry so special is that BH is more of a liberal arts university, where South Dakota Mines is in engineering and technology. Also, the campuses are only about 45 minutes apart from each other, both located in the Black Hills. Some strengths that Black Hills athletics have is the area. The area of Spearfish, South Dakota is known for its tourist location. It's home of the famous Spearfish Canyon and 3 peaks that you can hike: the Crow Peak, Spearfish Peak, and Lookout Mountain. The area and small town is what draws students to the campus each year. Spearfish is a very close community that is a small business base, but having a small business and town bond, the whole community supports each other, especially athletics at the Black Cat BH. One of the biggest strengths that BH has is being part of the RMAC gives it a tie of being part of the most competitive and largest conference in Division II athletics. With being part of such a competitive conference gives more of a pull and draw for recruiting. Athletics when recruiting want to play with the best team and also want to play in the best conference. Being part of a hard conference can also be viewed as a weakness. Being part of such a difficult conference puts some of Black Hills teams on the lower end of team standings, and when some use that as being a below average team or university, not putting in consideration any of the type of caliber that they play. Another weakness that BH runs across is the population of Spearfish and South Dakota as a whole. When recruiting, coaches look at bigger cities and populated areas to find star talent, while when those star players come to visit South Dakota, they may find themselves out of their comfort zone and a bit of a culture shock, being a low-populated area and not many towns surrounding. Right now, Black Hills president is pushing for the enrollment numbers for the overall university to go up. In order to get these numbers to up to where they need to, they turned and looked at athletics. They told every team that they need to get their roster space up to a certain number. With an up in a roster number, that means less funding going around the department and also less scholarships to give out. The last weakness that BH athletics is faced is the lower number of sports teams they hold. The NCAA calls for an even amount of male versus female athletics, and with that, there is less male sports offered at BH than there is female sports. If they are wanting to add a male sport to BH, then they are also needing to add a female sport also. An opportunity that BH Athletics has to grow is Black Hills is now offering in-state tuition to Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, and Nebraska. With offering in-state tuition, this will help some future athletes make the decision if it is based on financials. Also offering these 3 states gives coaches more recruiting ground to find more future Yellow Jackets. With Black Hills State athletics growing, they are also making changes to staff. The football team just hired on a new coaching staff that has been together for several years, and the head coach is a BH football alum. With having new hires and upgrading coaching changes, this helps network with other universities and expand their recruiting grounds. When I chatted with the assistant athletic director of external operations, all he could talk about was how excited they are for the new partnership with Looters. Looters is a nutritional company that is going to supply food and snacks to the Yellow Jacket athletics to fuel their athletes properly, so their athletes are 100% ready for games and any practice. Some threats that PH Athletics faces is being part of mostly Colorado-based conference. Being part of the RMAC conference cuts down the possible recruits from Colorado because they might want to stay close to home or in-state. The biggest threat that PH Athletics face is they are not fully funded by NCAA. In order to be fully funded athletic department, the department has to be part of the NCAA for a period of time, and the department needs to win so many games and championship wins. PH is also fighting to keep high school graduation from Spearfish, South Dakota, losing them to surrounding schools such as South Dakota Mines and Rapid City and SDSU. The culture of Black Hills, it's a very tight family. All the athletes are well known with each other. They all know each other. The motto of the athletic program is Fear the Sting. We are a division. Black Hills State is a Division II, so it is very competitive. It's not quite Division I, but it's also in between. The other thing is that each team goes out and supports each other to every game, and away games, home games, extreme games. It's a very close community. Managerial style, the head athletic director is Jet Alberts. He runs the show of athletics there. He has 4 assistant athletic directors, Jade Temple, which is more of a compliance. There is external operations. Rob does internal and event operations, and Colleen Mischke is the senior women advisor. For sports media, social media, and marketing, it's Colton Nicholson. Sports information director is Riley Baker. The head weight athletic coach is Callan Anderson, and the assistant weight athletic coach is Derek Van Blorkamp. The head athletic training is Tony Sylvia, and his assistants are Austin, Sean, and Sarah. For the coaching staff, every team does have head coaches. They have an assistant coach, and every team is also given a GA, which is a student athletic assistant. The future of Black Hills, when talking to Fair, they are trying to expand the Young Center, which is the head of all athletics, the athletic building. They're wanting to expand it out to give more turf for the inside of the training room. There's also going to be a expansion of the football field so that the soccer team will be also on the football field. There will also be adding sports teams too, such as wrestling, swimming, and men's golf.